Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakah Kodash, and double honors to my elders and apostles, the great millstone. Peace and sincere blessings to the hopeful elect and the one-third scattered across four corners of the earth. And shalom to you brothers out there presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. Alright? And I'm going to let this video play, and then I'm going to bring out the scriptures.
Donald Trump's racist provocations are going to lead to violence sooner or later, and that's what he wants. Recently, he issued an executive order that was basically titled Unleash the Police. And last week, his Civil Rights Division in the Department of Justice, led by Harmeet Dillon, did a couple of things. She announced that she is shifting the focus of the Civil Rights Division away from what its focus has been for the last 70 years that made it the crown jewel of the Department of Justice. She's shifting its focus away from discrimination against marginalized communities in the United States, including black people in the LGBTQ community and women and the disabled, to...
Check out what eggs do to your peripheral nerves. That's why your nerves are deteriorating and your feet are burning. Did you know?
Focusing on discrimination against white Christians in the United States. Religious discrimination. Discrimination against religious people. And we all saw Donald Trump's treatment of the black president of South Africa in the Oval Office this week. Donald Trump is absolutely desperate to get black Americans out in the streets protesting. There have been a lot of protests over the last 4 months. And every protest that I've gone to has pretty much been white people exclusively. And the police have just hung out on the outer edges, leaning up against buildings. The one protest that I read about where there were a significant number of arrests was in Philadelphia, and most of the people that were arrested were black people, and the majority of those were black women. A lot of those were older black women. But Donald Trump wants racial violence in the streets in the United States, and he can't get that unless there are black people, black Americans protesting in the streets. He wants that, first of all, because he's incredibly racist, and he hates black people, and he really hates black women, especially educated black women. But he also wants to use it as a pretext for his martial law bullshit.
All right. Now this is an Edomite speaking, okay? And even he is hip to what Donald Trump is doing. Okay? He can see clearly what Donald Trump is doing. This guy can see clearly what Donald Trump is doing. All right? It's no secret. It's no secret that Trump and his administration are against and out to get you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos who are the true biblical Israelites. All right? This is Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start at 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that returneth. Okay? So, what this man is saying is proving that, hey, that hatred, all right, that Esau has because he sold his birthright is still alive and well against you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos. Okay? It hasn't gone anywhere. Just because you might have a couple white friends that you grew up with and they're, you know, you look at them as they're kind of cool. Okay? Well, you also have to remember that perpetual hatred hasn't went anywhere. You see, and the Lord sees that, which is one of the reasons why He's going to bring a severe punishment to Edom. Okay? Matter of fact, this is you know what? I'm gonna bring up this is Obadiah 1 and 9. And thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay? And see, this is one of the reasons why Esau, who is the devil, the self-proclaimed white man, this is why he will be cut off from the face of the earth. Okay? Because of his violence against his brother Jacob, which is still going on till today. All right? And you got guys like Donald Trump that are in place to stir. Donald Trump is in his position to stir up that old hatred. Okay? And he's doing a very good job at it. All right? This is Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You see? So, hey, the Lord is really gonna bring his wrath upon these Edomites. Okay? For what they did to our people and what they're still doing today. Okay? So it's no secret that this devil, Donald Trump, is doing all types of things behind the curtains to keep you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos in a very low state. You know, really to get rid of as many of our people as possible. All right, that's his end goal. All right, you know, just like how Donald Trump knows he's only got 4 years in that White House. Okay, well, it's the same thing with the devil, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. He knows that he has a short time. Okay. This is Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. You see? And that's Esau. Okay? And hey, the Lord hasn't forgot, just like the Lord hasn't forgot anything that we've done. Hey, the Lord has not forgot everything that this devil has done, that Esau has done and that is still doing. The Lord has not forgot. All right? And he's going to judge them accordingly, you know. Really, they're going to receive double. All right? They're going to receive double for what they've done and what they're still doing till this day. All right?
For his martial law bullshit. And we've all seen his immigration policies and practices over the last 4 months and what he's doing to brown people and immigrants. And
see, he said brown people and immigrants. Really, he's talking about you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos. All right? Who are the biblical Israelites. That's what he's talking about. Okay? He's specifically talking about that perpetual hatred that's going on. And all the little laws and bills Donald Trump's passing to continue that perpetual hatred.
He and his supporters basically want an all-white America again. They want white supremacist, male-dominated patriarchy, white male-dominated patriarchy, white supremacist country that is also an authoritarian theocracy.
If you or a loved one were sexually abused at these Illinois youth facilities,
is also an authoritarian theocracy. You know, he also, his handpicked U.S. attorney in New Jersey, Alina Habba, who prior to representing him had been an attorney specializing in representing parking garages, and she defended him, such as the case may be, in a lawsuit that he filed against Hillary Clinton and a bunch of other people that resulted in him having to pay over $1 million in their attorney's fees, Hillary Clinton's attorney's fees. She represented Trump.
So hopefully this was an edifying lesson. And hey, just know that Ezekiel 35:5 is alive and well today. All right? And it's only going to get worse. So hopefully this was an edifying lesson. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, the great millstone. Shalom.